Welcome back to Fireside Sports. I'm Kendall Capps.
And I'm Chris Lewis.
All right, Chris. Well, I want to take a look at the PGA Tour right now. I mean, there's a lot going on in the world of pro sports. Not a lot talked about with the PGA, but they have a big tournament coming up.
Yeah, no, it's actually been quite a few interesting weeks in golf right now. Let's start with the Zurich Classic in New Orleans, where we have a win by Bubba Watson. But going into the fourth round of the Zurich, Bubba Watson and Webb Simpson are tied for the lead. Webb Simpson takes an early lead. They get to number 15. Webb Simpson, I think, was 15 under. Bubba was 14 under.
He's got the one-stroke lead.
Exactly. Webb Simpson calls a penalty on himself on the green of 15. Grounds his club. The ball moves less than a quarter of an inch into a pediment of some sort, and Bubba then wins it in the playoff.
In a playoff, and you got to give a lot of credit to Simpson for calling that on himself, having the etiquette to make sure he did the right thing there.
Well, I think it's good. I think that's good for the young viewers at home to see that, you do want to call penalties on yourself. And Bubba Watson, he didn't want that penalty to be called.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to win like that. You want to outplay your opponent.
Yeah, you don't want to get a win like that. But going into this tournament now, Bubba, he's got to be one of the favorites, you would think.
Well, I mean, I like Bubba. I think that with his distance, if he can take advantage of the par fives, I mean, there's not, the shortest par five at TCP is 507 yards. I mean, everything else is 540, 570.
Yeah,
I mean, they
and
got
some other guys are going to
there.
struggle to get eagle opportunities. Where, like you said, if he takes advantage and has some good drives, he could have better eagle opportunities.
Yeah, and I like Luke Donald also. I mean, I think if he can get his finesse chip shots on, I mean, I think he's going to stick it close to the hole, and if his putting's good, he's going to, he's going to sink those birdie putts.
Yeah, and if there's a guy, I think, with an approach out on 17 on that island green that might make a run for it, I wouldn't be surprised to see Luke be the one to do it. But how about Scott Verplank? He's been playing pretty well coming in. He hasn't entered quite as many tournaments as some of the other guys this year, but he's played well in the ones he has entered. He's 8th in putting, 6th in driving accuracy. So if he can do those things well in this tournament, he could go pretty far.
Scott Verplank is a great golfer, but the problem with him is his greens in regulation. Right now, he's 80th on the tour, and at TPC Sawgrass, if you're not on the green in regulation putting for birdie, you're not going to win this tournament.
Yeah, it's really hard to get up and down in safe par when you're off the edges on this course.
What does help him though is his sand saves. He is good out of the sand. He's ranked 14th right now, and he's for other players like a Luke Donald or a Bubba Watson that might have problems in the sand.
Yeah, he's been able to get himself out of that trouble. How about a guy that I know I personally like? I don't want people to sleep on Watney. I know he didn't win the Masters. He wasn't in contention. He had a couple par rounds the first couple of days. Couldn't quite put a solid day together. But I actually look for him to maybe make a run in this tournament as well. I like his game. He's very well-rounded.
I like Watney too, and I think this course kind of fits to his play right there. Exactly. And he's good with, and if, he's good with sand saves. Or, I mean,
well, he struggles with sand saves.
Exactly.
I mean, he has a well-balanced game, really. He's not necessarily in the top 10 of a lot of categories, but he's in the top 20, top 30 in almost every one of them. Sand is the one place he struggles, so he'll need to overcome that if he's errant with some of his shots. But I like the way he's playing. I think he might be able to make some noise and maybe get me some redemption after that Masters pick.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Lucas Glover now. He's coming off a win right now at the Wells Fargo after beating Jonathan Bird in a playoff. Last year at the Players, he finished 3rd and was 14 under. I mean, I kind of like him coming into this right now, especially with the momentum off of a win at Wells Fargo.
Yeah. Well, it should be very interesting. I mean, this is the 5th major, so to speak. It's not one of the top 4, but it's a really big tournament. You want to see guys win it. There's only been one repeat winner in the last 20 years. Davis Love III won it in '92 and then in '03. Beyond that, it's been a different guy. So look for a different guy to probably make a run and win it again this year.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah. Well, for Chris Lewis, I'm Kendall Capps. We'll see you guys here next time on Fireside Sports.